on, Ron. All right, Ron.
Come on, folks. Yeah, when I proposed this thing to Glenn, I wasn't expecting to be up here. I thought he was going to do all the work, but no, that's not how it is. It's been an amazing service so far. I want to start us off with, hold on. Oh boy. I should have done this beforehand. And of course, I don't listen to myself. I'd like to start us with Psalm 23, verse 4. It says, even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. My rod and staff comfort me. Now, we love this verse, because we know that no matter what we're going through in this life, God's always going to be there for us. The thing is, it's been an amazing service right now, because we've all seen that people here are dealing with challenges on a regular basis in their lives as we get older. I know I'm dealing with quite a few things myself. In my life, I've developed blindness in one of my eyes, osteoarthritis in both my knees, rheumatoid arthritis in my hands, neuropathy in my legs, neuropathy in my chest, and a partridge in a pear tree. I gotta throw one Christmas light in there somewhere. But on February 28th, 1987, Ronald Reagan did something absolutely amazing, which I think is needed for this country. And it's to celebrate and honor those in this country who have dealt with disabilities and actually overcoming them. I told myself I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Go ahead, Ron.
There have been so many people in this country and around the world who have had disabilities, and they've achieved great things. We've had singers, we've had sports players, we've had authors, we've had so many people. I look at through history, you look at people like Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, we knew him as a famous boxer. You know, flies like a butterfly, stings like a bee. But he also suffered from dyslexia. A lot of people don't know that. He had a hard time understanding the words of anything written about him. Through his childhood, he had difficulty understanding, even things he wrote himself. But when he turned 44 years old, he ended up developing Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's riddled his body. He had a hard time speaking, he had a hard time walking, he had a hard time doing anything. But the one thing he never had a hard time doing was inspiring people. He inspired generations of men and women, young and old, for years to never give up, never limit yourself. Even though your disabilities may limit you, if you're up here, there's no limitations. Amen. If you can inspire people on a regular basis, there is no limitations. Amen. And as we're doing in our study for the One series, okay, one thing's in here is battling our Goliaths. Now, I've had to battle my Goliaths. We've got many people in here who have battled their Goliaths of some sort. I'm inspired by Joel and what Joel does. November 19th is my birthday, by the way, if you want to send me a card. Gotta do a plug once in a while, come on. But having a Goliath, because when we're disabled, we're walking through our valley. And I've faced my death several times over the years, even from the point of birth, where I've had to almost face my death. But God has plans for people. God takes care of us. And so James 1, verses 2 through 4. So consider it pure, great joy, brothers, whenever you experience various trials. It produces endurance, but endurance must also complete work, so you must be mature, lacking nothing. I mean, that hits hard, verses 16 through 18. Therefore, we do not lose heart, though our outer self is wasting away. All of us. Our inner self is being renewed day by day for the light and momentary affliction that is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison, as we look for the things seen but not seen. Exactly, Alan. And things that are not transient, and things that are eternal. God understood that us as humans are limited compared to Him, but God uses those limitations as a benefit to Him. Now, how many people here have seen the Ten Commandments with Moses, with Charlton Heston? Great movie. He's coming out on a mountain, he's wearing the long red robes, the big white hair, the big white beard. It kind of sounds familiar for some strange reason. Now, but Moses was well spoken in the movie. He could resound anything, he could speak anything, but the thing is, Moses wasn't like that in real life. Okay? In Exodus 4, verse 10, it says, Moses said to the Lord, "Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow in speech and tongue." Scholars have believed for years that he had a speech impediment, that he had a slur, he had a challenge when he was doing things. See, that's amazing. God could have chosen anybody else but Moses to be able to speak and convey exactly what God says without any problems, but he didn't. He chose Moses. And then what did God do when he said this? He gave him Aaron. Aaron came down, and so God conveyed the words to Moses, and Moses conveyed the words to Aaron, and Aaron spoke to the crowds. We've got people in here who are disabled, but the blessings of having a disability is knowing you don't have to do it on your own. You know, we've got people in here who are helping everybody. You know, it's absolutely amazing. And the thing that's really powerful for me is, I mean, we just got through also having Women's Day, which is a celebration of women in this country. Okay, we've got women in here who have been dealing with disabilities in their lives. Okay, and we've been helping them on a regular basis, and it's amazing. I mean, one of the people I want to talk about is Mary Jo Roach. You know, Mary Jo, back in the early days, the singles used to run circles around us single guys. We'd be on the boulevard. We'd have 3 or 4 guys reaching out to one person. She'd be 5 people ahead of us. You know? But she slowed down a lot over time. Her disabilities were taking over. But the thing is that has not changed is her heart. You know, how many people in here have she reached over and grabbed your hand and saying, "I want to pray for you. Do you have any prayer requests?" Or, "Can you pray for me for something?" She always has a smile of encouragement. Okay? God doesn't look at her disabilities. He sees her abilities. You know, I look at people like Helen Devlin. Helen Devlin is a mother, a grandmother, a wife, and a teacher. She knows how people think. When Helen gives you a challenge, you better listen. You know, you got a whole bunch of whammies right there. You know, you got to listen to her. But she's inspiring. She raises people up. She has a heart of compassion no matter what challenges she's going through in life. And what she does for the church, what she does for all of us here is just breathtaking, because God works through the broken. He doesn't work through the people that are in perfect health. He goes to the people that are hurting the most. From the woman that touched the hem of Jesus' garment to be healed, to the man that's lowered down from the ceiling, to Jesus spitting in the mud and wiping the guy's eyes to make him heal. They went out and proclaimed God's word. God could have chosen the Pharisees if he wanted to, but we knew the Pharisees weren't going to do all that because they're all about themselves. You know? God works with the broken-hearted, the broken body, the broken mentally. Okay? I look at people like Jeannie Shaw. Jeannie Shaw is a hero to many of us in here because of her life, because of her dedication, but because she helped. She helped Wyndham in a huge way. She was with Wyndham to guide him, to give him the strength that he needed, to give him the focus that he needed. And that encourages the rest of us because he wasn't alone. And we just honored the life of Alan Roscoe. Okay, Alan is I've known Alan for a long time. I used to babysit the kids when they were little, and Alan was like 5 years old. I got a picture of him eating a cake with them doing loser symbols behind my head. You know? But Alan wasn't alone in what he did. He had people fighting with him on a constant basis. And he achieved eternal glory in the end, which is something that we all want for ourselves. And we want for our brothers and sisters. And he's a hero to all of us. His memory is going to live on each and every single one of us as we're up here. So if you're feeling an aspect of your life, where there's an aspect you're feeling broken, you're feeling down, you're feeling hardened in some form, understand this, that you're not alone in your fight. Not only do you got God in heaven, not only does Jesus get you up, but you got brothers and sisters in here who will guide you, will aid you, will help you, and strengthen you in everything that you can possibly do. And I want to thank you for my time here.
Thank you, Ron. Give it up for Ron, guys. Come on. I was thinking maybe we should just shut down church now. I mean, it's been awesome so far. We could end with that. I might ruin the message today, isn't it?